Hello, hello, my friends. How are you? Welcome to my little nerd corner here. Yeah, look at that. Sometimes I get out of the truck. So, I'm inviting you into my home to hang out with me today. Like I said in the last video, some conversations are best had over a beer. So, I just kind of buy Blue Moon out of habit these days. So, there you go. That's what we're having. But yeah, welcome. We'll talk about something today. I want to talk about Donald Trump's upcoming economy and how he's going to destroy it, blame the Democrats, and all the things that Donald Trump normally does. But there's an elephant in the room we need to get out of the way here. Let me see. I don't know how cameras work right here. I don't know what they call that guy. I don't know how you say it out loud. It's something like Baphomet or something. He's gotten me in a lot of trouble over the years here on YouTube. People go, this guy's a devil worshiper, but let me help you out here. Right here, this candle on it, that's Mr. John Elway right there. So what I'm going to do one day is I'm going to perform a seance with that candle and that statue right there, and I'm going to will the Denver Broncos to another Super Bowl win. Don't try me, Chiefs fans. That's what's going to happen. So I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I was up this morning. I made me some breakfast. I had some eggs. Can you believe it? In this economy? Yeah, I had some eggs. And I noticed as I opened the refrigerator, I had 3 dozen eggs in there. I'm apparently a very wealthy man. Apparently making a whole lot of money. And I started thinking, while I was cooking those hard-earned eggs, about the upcoming economy, sort of what Trump's going to do, how history repeats itself, and sort of the things we're going to see as the next Donald Trump presidency unfolds. And I know I've invited you into my corner here, but I couldn't invite you all over for breakfast. I just couldn't afford to spare the eggs, you understand. No, we just had an election because of eggs, right? So anyways, we got Donald Trump coming into the White House again, as we know. And the whole point of the Republican Party, the right-wing media and everything, was just how bad the economy was. And oh my God, the economy, because of Joe Biden, and everything's just been fucking destroyed, right? Now, the rest of us living here in reality here, let's have a drink. Like, let's loosen up a little bit. Let's have a chat. We're all friends, right? Anyways, those of us living in reality understand that the economy got a little bit rough for a reason. Not as bad as I've ever seen. I know there's a lot of people that comment here that are considerably older than me. I'm not taking shots at you. I appreciate you being here. Who have seen the economy much worse than what we just saw. For sure, but there sure was a bunch of hysteria about how bad the economy was, right? And we all knew, those of us living in reality, right when COVID started, right when the pandemic started, I went, well, fuck, we're in for a rough few months now, aren't we? We're going to have a tough time. And the way I saw that, with knowing that the economy was going to get bad, there was going to be hard times in front of us. I guess maybe I took it a little bit more of a challenge. I wasn't going to be a whiny little bitch and say, oh God, this is the government's fault, the eggs are so expensive. I knew there were going to be challenging times. You know, my family adjusted accordingly going into the pandemic. I mean, we got dry beans and rice for days still in this house because we just sort of planned for things to get difficult. And apparently a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people maybe were too young to have seen an economy get bad, or were just looking for a scapegoat, wanted somebody to blame when these things happened, right? And I don't know what the fuck was going on with these people is the point I'm trying to make. I don't know how you see a pandemic coming, decide you're going to DoorDash all your food after that, realize that you can't afford eggs anymore, but you can afford an F-350 that takes diesel with truck nuts, but somehow the price of eggs are the real fucking problem on our planet. Sometimes I don't know what makes people's heads tick, you know what I mean? But we, as reasonable, sensible people, just knew because of the pandemic, things were going to get very hard. It wasn't the fault necessarily of the Republicans or the Democrats. The part where I blame Donald Trump is where he just didn't even try. He lied to all of us. He said the pandemic was a hoax. He fought against scientists and doctors the entire time, and it didn't do anything fucking useful. Could we have done better had Donald Trump, I don't know, been a leader? Yeah, probably, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe not, but you can't fault a guy for trying. I know I've made that point before. You can't fault a guy for trying, but things kind of went to hell. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I expected that. I thought that was going to happen. So for those of us that were paying attention, we knew it was going to get hard. That's the point, that we knew that. And I think we accepted that. You know, it's okay for things to get hard sometimes. We'll just get up and we'll go to work. But an unfortunate thing happened that I guess we all should have seen coming. And I know there were a lot of people out there, you know, fighting against the misinformation and all that, all those things that we were doing. But the Republicans did what they always do. They took the easy way out. They didn't have to roll up their sleeves and do any work. They just said, blame the Democrats. Look, I'm going to make noises out of my mouth. I'm drinking a beer right now. Never said I was professional over here. Anyways, blame the Democrats and take no responsibility and do absolutely nothing fucking useful that will help anyone. And I guess we all should have seen that coming. With that said, even though we had some hard times, the economy recovered very well. As a matter of fact, the United States economy did an amazing job with recovering from, you know, the post-pandemic kind of shit show that we had, you know, high inflation, high fuel prices, gas prices, high interest rates, all those things. Every one of those things has come down now. And as a truck driver that pays for my own fuel, there is a difference out there. There are some truck drivers that do not pay for their own fuel and they don't have to worry about it. And then there are the truck drivers that do. I'm not going to go into the intricacies of how you end up on one side or the other of that. There's just different ways to be a trucker, basically, is what all there is to it. But I obviously have seen the change in fuel prices. It wasn't that long ago that you could spend $1,000 to fill up a truck. $700 more like it. I don't want to overinflate those numbers, but you could hit 1,000 sometimes. And how long does fuel last in a truck? Well, roughly 2 days, give or take. Now we're in a spot where it's costing me about 400, you know, 500 if I really test my luck and see how far I can go before, you know, I need a tow truck. But 400, 500. So we're talking close to half has dropped off in fuel prices. And I'm sure that's reflected in gas also. There used to be a time where diesel was cheaper than gas, but I guess those days are fucking gone. I don't know. It's all the guys in F-350s with truck nuts out there going, we can't afford eggs. I don't get that. I'm not sure I understand that. Anyways, we've seen all those things come down. I don't let people lie to me. When people start yelling at me, well, you're a truck driver, you should know that fuel prices are through the roof right now. They are not. They absolutely are not. That's a lie, and you're lying to my face, and I don't appreciate it. But there are so many people out there that fall for those lies and believe the things that are being told to them and say, the economy's in complete shambles. It's really fucking not. The economy is actually in pretty good shape. Now, there's nothing great happening. There's nothing amazing and fantastic going on that we can really celebrate, but are we all making it now? Are we all surviving? For the most part, I'd say we probably are. But the problem is people don't understand that I'm not an economist, but there has to be some bad news in a working economy. You have to have some inflation. You have to have some unemployment. So one person having a hard time, I feel sorry for that one person, but they are part of the working economy. It's unfortunate they're having a rough time, right? But that's just how it goes. Now, those of us that live in reality, I probably sound different outside the truck, don't I? I feel weird talking in a room, in a house. Instead, there's like acoustics and shit. I can hear my own voice coming back to me, but sorry about that if I sound a little different. It's bothering me too, trust me. Anyways, things have gotten better, is what I'm trying to say. The right-wing media continues to lie and say that things are really bad. I don't see the left lying and trying to, you know, blow sunshine up people's ass and tell them that things are really good. I see them more telling how it is. But the right wing's just straight up lying to their audience like they do. Donald Trump is just straight up lying to his audience like he does about all the things that are going on. What I see happening, and we need to figure out now, I'm in this, guys. I'm in the fight with you, but we need to figure out now how to effectively get the messaging across that Donald Trump is fucking up if and most likely when he does fuck up when he takes over as president. And how we point out all the lies, all the things that he's doing. Because here's what we know if we're paying attention. Donald Trump's talking about just sweeping tariffs on everything. He's over there fighting with Canada, for fuck's sake. He's saying, we'll turn them into the 51st state. It's a joke, Justin Trudeau. We're fucking with you. But, you know, he's starting this trade war with Canada. Starting the trade war also with Mexico, who's fighting back on it. And I thought it'd be someone like Canada maybe that would fight back on it. But you know what? Never underestimate Mexico. Like, hey, I've talked about my time in New Mexico, spending time around the Mexican culture. You got some fighters there. You got some people, the proud people that will stand up for themselves. So the Mexican president, I forget her name, is like, then fuck it, let's do it. If that's what you want to do, let's do it. And she keeps fighting back with Donald Trump. And I think she should. I think she should, because what I think Donald Trump is doing is he's trying to throw his weight around. He's trying to be a bully. And we need other world leaders to step up and say, let's fucking go then. You want to be in this fight, let's be in this fight. Because what he's hoping these countries will do is just bow down to America, bow down to him, and do what they're told. And that's not okay. I don't think we need one country ruling the world and calling the shots. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe there's an ideal world where that works. But what we don't want is a guy like Donald Trump being in charge of the world. There's a lot that could go wrong with that. But let's say, hypothetically, he goes ahead and does all these sweeping tariffs that he says he's going to do. The economy's going to suffer greatly. We have to figure out a way to not let him off the hook, to get past the lies of Donald Trump and the right-wing media and explain to the people that are suffering why they are suffering and who's doing this to them. That's obviously where we're going to have our biggest challenges, right? How the fuck do we convince these people that Donald Trump is doing this to them, right? And then we've got the other thing with the mass deportation. Sorry, you guys know me by now. Sometimes I can't remember what I'm talking about. Now, mass deportations are going to be very, very harmful. I do, as a person from my background, understand why people are saying, yeah, fuck yeah, get them all the fuck out of here. I understand that, but they're wrong. They don't understand what they're asking for. There are even Mexican voters that voted for Trump that thinks that he means, well, we're just going to deport the bad ones. Well, how do you decide who the bad ones are? Is it based on criminal record? And that's not what he's doing anyways. He's saying mass deportations. But you don't let Donald Trump decide who the good and bad ones are. He's a moody son of a bitch. It's going to change with the weather, even if we're that lucky. And if it's up to Donald Trump who the bad ones are, it's anybody that he perceives as less than him. So we know that the hand in hand with the tariffs, the mass deportations, that I don't think will happen either, I'll explain that in a minute, are going to be harmful to the cost of food. A lot of immigrants work on our farms, providing us with food on a daily basis. I've driven my truck to many an egg farm out there, my friends, and other kind of farms, potato farms, and all those things. It's normally a guy that don't speak English. I'm not saying he's an immigrant, good chance he is, but he's normally the guy I'm working with to get that truck loaded and get that food delivered to America. More often than not, that is the fucking case, right? But that's going to drive prices up too. Here's why I don't think he's going to do it. It's another one of his intimidation tactics. What you need to understand about Donald Trump is he's a bully. That's all he is. What works on bullies is standing up to bullies. They cave faster than, I don't know, I don't have a good analogy for you, but a bully always caves when you stand up to him. And that's just the way this shit's going to work. But he's trying to bully people around. He's not going to do mass deportations. And this is one of those things where Donald Trump supporters say, yeah, he's not going to do the thing he said he's going to do, but I still voted for him, which doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. What he is going to do with mass deportations is he's going to lie. He's going to lie the same way that he lies about constant caravan invasions coming over the southern border. You know how he lies about that? He's going to lie about deportations too. He's going to say that he did them. He's going to put out false numbers about how many people were deported while mysteriously, there's still immigrants working the fields and bringing us our food costs. This is the fucking problem. This is the problem I've been bitching about over, the last 2 videos, make it 3 now, is rural America is easy to lie to. It's easy to pull the wool over their eyes and tell them that something happened that didn't fucking happen. How do we hold them accountable? That's a tough one, because that puts me in a tough spot. You guys remember I said if I ever get out of that truck because I can pursue this YouTube thing full time, I'm not sitting on my ass at home and making videos. I got work to do. I got to get out there. But I can't go report on that. I can't go call that lie because I'm putting those people at risk. I can't show up in that field and say, look, there's still immigrants out here. Donald Trump's lying. And he knows he's even got a guy like me over a barrel at that point. I'm not going to fucking report that. I'm not going to say anything about that. He's going to get away with lying about that one. And say I deported all these immigrants and food prices didn't go up. I'm right. Everyone else is always wrong, and nothing fucking happens. The point of this video, hope you all had a beer with me. I just got to kind of sip on them. I'm not the guy that chugs my beer. What's the rush? We're in a hurry. This is a beautiful beer. I'm not trying to get it over with. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. So if you're a manly man out there mad that I didn't slam 3 beers on this video, hey, like you do with anything beautiful in your life, you take your time. You've got all night. What's the hurry, right? That's how you treat a beer too. Settle down, my friend. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is there's going to be a lot of lies. I'm not giving answers in this video. I'm asking questions more than anything. Because let's say I do get to that point where I can get out of the truck. I'm going to need you guys giving me information, telling me places I should be in this country, things I should look at, people I should be talking to. And I don't know how, right now, how I combat these things. Now, the tariffs are going to be easy. Did he do them or did he not? That's easy enough. He's not going to mass deport. I don't believe that he will. How do you point out that he lied without sticking a camera in a bunch of immigrants' faces, illegal immigrants? I'm sorry if you don't like the term. Look, I've been getting corrected on terms a lot lately, and we got to knock that shit off. I should have said this earlier in the beginning of the video. You guys were, some people were in my comments saying it's Democratic, not Democrat. The Republicans win when we do shit like that. We got to knock this shit off. This is petty fucking arguments for no reason. But I want to congratulate my viewers, because you guys are really good about going through the comments and liking everybody else's comments and interacting with each other and making friends. I saw a guy subscribe to another guy's channel because he liked what he saw over there. This is all good stuff. But not one of you put a like on those pretentious fucks comments about it's Democratic, not Democrat. We don't have time for these petty fucking arguments. The reason I'm bringing that all up is because, yes, the phrase illegal immigrant just rolled out of my mouth just like that. And some people, that's offensive. I can't apologize. It's just the words that came out of my mouth. Understand the bigger picture. I cannot go out there and put a camera in their face and say Donald Trump lied about this, because I'm just putting them on the spot at that point. I'm not making the situation any better. But the whole point of this video is Donald Trump's not going to fix the economy. He is not going to make it better. As a matter of fact, he's going to do what he did last time, and he's going to make it fucking worse. And he's going to blame Democrats, and he's going to walk away if he leaves after 4 years. Oh, God. If he leaves after 4 years, he's going to walk away lying about everything that he did to set up the next piece of shit that he wants to run for president. Whether, I don't know if that's going to be Donald Trump Jr. or who that he thinks will be a good replacement for him when he's dead. But he's going to lie for those purposes. You guys can work with me and work through me to help me get that information out there in the right way when this is all happening. And in the event that I'm not still a trucker by then, we got to cross that bridge when we get there. We need to be effective. We need to find ways to do this, but he's going to lie his ass off. I think that's all I got. Cheers to my friends. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.